In this channel, we bring you the freshest discussions taking place in Japan's online community.
It was revealed on the 10th that a Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force JMSDF escort ship briefly sailed through Chinese territorial waters off the coast of Zhejiang province. On the 4th of this month, it is extremely rare for a JMSDF vessel to navigate Chinese territorial waters. Apparently, the Chinese side issued a departure warning. The Chinese government expressed serious concerns to Japan.
Does this have any benefits? It turns out that even China recognizes that violating territorial waters is a bad thing. The world's oceans are China's territorial waters, so no problem. It must have been coordinated with the US. This is definitely something the US would get mad about. Well, it's a mutual thing. It's not mutual. Considering what China has done so far, it's nothing. Who are they to talk? Do they not know international law? There's no issue under international law. It's an escort ship, so there's no problem. It can only perform escorts. Did the Japanese government explain whether this was an order from the government or an autonomous act by the JMSDF? Was it a joint operation with the US military? It's probably just a mistake. Is it like a reconnaissance in force? Kishida, wait, we can understand if we talk. Zhejiang province is inherently Japanese territory. We don't need it, even if it's just barren land. It's mutual, but did they unintentionally stray and enter by mistake, due to lower training levels? No way. That's not possible. They're not that unskilled. Betting $2 that they'll retaliate 100-fold. Reconnaissance in force, huh? The fact that they didn't sink it shows China isn't there yet. It's the spirit of retaliating if attacked. I've come to respect the JMSDF. Japan can do it when necessary. Even if something like this happens, China won't shoot. Russia and South Korea would. I'm surprised China doesn't do anything in these situations. Maybe they were shocked. Like, seriously, a country that usually just expresses regret actually did this? If you compare this to Japan, it's like a Chinese warship passing near Yokohama port. It's definitely a provocative act. What's wrong with this? Does Japan need to obey Chinese law? China should express regret too. It's peaceful and good if both sides fight like that. Next year marks 80 years since the end of the war. Maybe it's time for Japan to take off its leash. They're starting to warm up. Were they trying to provoke an incident like the Marco Polo Bridge incident? Maybe they went to arrest the guy who peed on the shrine. Since Japanese police are like kindergartners, the JMSDF went on their behalf. Didn't NATO call out China by name? The next enemy of the US has been decided. Is Japan starting to play with fire too? Let's go to the Philippines next. The Japanese Prime Minister's nickname is changing from tax hike glasses to invasion glasses. There's absolutely no problem under international law. China is just nitpicking like with the treated water release. And as usual, they'll apologize through back channels. Is this a move to boost approval ratings by creating a crisis? There's no benefit to provoking China for Japan. If war breaks out, Japan will just get nuked and people will die. It's in Japan's national interest to take down the Chinese Communist Party. This is great. By making China complain, they're embarrassing themselves even more. Progressives, apologize to China. Conservatives, keep going. Get them. Rational people, be careful not to become a pawn in a proxy war. I see. Japan should also expand its maritime activities. The situation is controlled in China, and the citizens are not informed about this. If they knew, there would be riots and chaos. There's overwhelming support from Japanese citizens for this move. It's a good trend.
Did you find this video interesting? We'll keep bringing you fun topics from Japan's online community. Please subscribe to the channel and drop some comments.